episode 35 of the weekly debate / discussion show. Hashtag shout, I am indeed the Lone Walker 1, and sitting to my left, I don't have a joke prepared for him, and I was just about to do no one and I forgot.
It's okay, I'm the nasty nerd, the maniacal mark, the extreme enthusiast, the saint of all you socially awkward. I am, of course, the Geek King, and we are here, as you said, on hashtag shout.
Yes, of course, the great Steve is still ill, bless him, and he is not with us, hence why there was no awesome intro for Dan by his own. What we need to do, really, is clone him.
Yeah, we do, but we haven't really got the device, or the power, or the money, or the ability, so I guess the only thing we can do is tweet of the week!
Woo! Anyway, we begin with our first tweet from @CMPunk. It's amazing.
Best in the world, and you're reigning and defending WWE champion
for a year.
Over. It will be day. At this point, as we're recording, it's day 369. High five.
Anyway, @CMPunk. It's amazing to me that I get to work with my good friend @Heyman Hustle on a daily basis. It's like the last 6 years of my life, but with fat checks. Our second tweet, funnily enough, comes from @Heyman Hustle. I left one out. This is why you do not mess with Paul Heyman. The original tweet, @TCarl12, your wife works the streets. @Heyman Hustle's reply, I'm not married, douchebag, and even if I was, I'd pimp out my wife to put your 2 daughters out of business. And final tweet is from @Carl Donnelly. Just found out Vin Diesel hasn't been in any films lately. And the reason is some idiot accidentally put petrol in him instead. And those were indeed my tweets of the week.
We all know really it's the RAC is busy working with him.
Yes.
Tweets of the week indeed. Now, we don't have any witty bits at all this week.
See, last week we got all of the angst and the upset out of our system. And this week, the slight problem was, I have had quite a meh-ish week. I can't speak for Dan, but my week has basically been I mean, I had a college parents' evening yesterday.
What's the fucking point of that? I never understood that.
It's basically something I can tell my parents all the things I don't tell them.
Yeah.
But the problem is,
there's a problem with that. You're 16-year-old and you volunteered to go there.
Yeah, and also I tell my folks everything about my college. Do you know why? Expressly so they don't get a shock when they go to parents' evening.
My parents went to one parents' evening and got told he's smart, but he's smart, but he lacks drive.
What I've been told so far is this. Excuse me, I have to clear my throat. Sorry, winter. The point is, I assume that's going to be edited a little.
No, go on.
Alright, fair enough.
I don't think it's going to be enough of a show to edit.
Yeah. Well, basically, I got told by my English teacher. Well, first off, I got told off for wearing gloves. That was fun.
What?
Yeah, I wear gloves in lessons and don't exactly go with the suit. So they have a go at me for it.
Well, because you're wearing the suit and gloves?
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't wear gloves then.
I know.
But if you're going to wear gloves, then it's just normal clothes. How's the problem?
But yes, I got told that I was doing well. The only thing I lacked was organisation.
So there's no surprise there, dude.
In business, I got told I was greatly enthusiastic and I had real potential, but there was one thing I was lacking.
Capital.
No. Organisation.
Capital.
You
don't have any capital, so you are great.
Yeah. In psychology, I was told I had great enthusiasm, great drive, and I had the real potential to do well. I was, however, lacking one thing.
Organisation.
Correct. In philosophy and ethics, I got told that I was a natural-born philosopher. They were greatly delighted with everything I've been doing so far.
That's because you don't need organisation
Yeah,
to be a philosopher.
I was an awesome contribution to the class. They were worried about one thing.
Organisation?
Correct. To the extent that they are getting me tested for dyslexia.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know. It's like they sat me down. We don't want you to work.
I've seen the way you scroll.
Yeah.
It is. It's fucking worse than a doctor.
My writing is basically advanced cave painting.
Yeah. It is chicken scroll.
It is pretty much. I'm much better at typing, and that's also because I have spell check. But on the subject of writing, I also got to talk to my English teacher about writing, and I do find it funny the fact that I exist mainly for 3 different things. 1 being the friend, 2 is writing, and 3 is a mecca for those with no agenda. And it does get quite funny in class because a lot of people I write for are people I talk to on a regular basis. And in talking that, they know how I talk and how I retell stories. And that's how I write. The way I talk on show is usually the way I write, just funnier.
Completely fucking rambled.
Yeah, for example, I start breaking fourth wall all of the time, simply because it suits my will to do so, which sounds a lot more arrogant than it's meant to. The point is, when I'm writing, I tend to just kind of get lost in it all, and just write what I feel like.
It's fair enough.
Yeah, but it is fun being writing that kind of stuff. I was going to tweet you this as well, Dan, because the guy was the writer. The guy, the writer, was explaining that the lass he liked was pretty much a perfect feature, and I had to try to figure out a word that could be used to describe a nicely shaped and nice looking bottom region.
Cracking arse.
Cracking arse. See, I chose perky.
I like that.
I chose perky.
So you often hear me out and about, and I'll see someone going, "She's got a fucking cracking arse." Yeah.
I do hear this all the time. It's quite fun. I'd like to read an excerpt, if that's okay with you, Dan.
Knock yourself out, huh?
Thank you. It's called Chapter 2, and it's called A Planned Off Falmouth. Steph hovered next to me as I read my morning comic. I was old enough to read on a morning, but not quite dull enough to read the newspaper. If I wanted to depress myself and feel disdain for humanity, I'd just go to any given bus station around 9 p.m, or failing that, watch daytime TV. In the midst of all this normality, the phone went. "Terry, the phone's ringing," said my mother. I put my comic down and took a sip of my tea. I know. I then went back to reading my comic. Noticing, however, that my mother was too busy existing to answer the phone, I placed down my comic to answer it. "Ahoy," I said. "Terry?" asked the female voice down the other side of the phone. But up as the case may be, I never really was good at geography. "Yes, I am he who you called Terry." Well, that rhymed a little. "Wait, I'm not Terry if you are any of the following: a bank, PBI people, a survey group, or a sexy girl in my area just looking for a hookup." No, hang on a minute, that's texting. "It's me, Olivia." "So I guess the latter of that list then," she said, laughing her perky bottom off. "Oh, Olivia. Hi. I just kind of described your bottom as perky." "Really?" "No, I'm just getting off topic and recounting the story and breaking the fourth wall. I digress." "Hello," I said. "Hi, are you busy today?" she asked. "No, I'm just reading, I panicked. I had no idea how she'd react to me being a comic book geek. So I just came with the first thing that came in my head. The Telltale Heart. Edgar's ghost flew over to me and gave me a ghostly hug. "You read my books?" I signalled for him to bugger off. "So, you can come to meet me, say, at the shop?" she asked. I pondered. "Depends. The shop whose name I can't remember, or the shop whose name I cannot remember. I can remember, but can't repeat or write in the future for fear of massive suing." "Why would you ever write this in the future?" she asked. "Because I have magical powers," I answered. "Sure you do," she said with a chuckle. "I'll see you in a little while," she said. I imagine she smiled at that point. Yes, she smiled. I've decided. She smiled. And then her toast popped out of the toaster and she caught it. Because she is awesome. Or was. I'm getting lost in narrative discourse. I digress. I threw on some clothes. Well, proper clothes. That I wouldn't mind Olivia seeing me in. You know, actual pants. I should point out they were actual pants that I was wearing at the time, but I decided to put on more dressy, awesome pants. Just taking a moment to speak freely. Isn't it funny how guys and girls will wear so many different varieties of pants in the express hope of getting out with them? And that is the first part of chapter 2.
That's good, dude. It's cool. It's funny.
This is like what goes through my head on a daily basis. Like, we went through a creative writing course I was talking about.
Yeah.
And I came up with an entire narrative in which someone kills a friend's bear and then uses demonic powers to bring the bear back, all because the friend wouldn't talk to him. And it was a whirlwind adventure involving bears and the devil. Which, to be honest, is how all good stories should start. And speaking of stories, Dan, we have a story to tell, don't we, about the last episode in the current series of #Shout.
We do.
And we have decided that, in our infinite knowledge, or by Stephen's direction,
more than that.
that we will be going through the Shout 2012 awards ceremony. We're not going to list any nominees, I don't think, at the minute.
No, we are.
Okay, but we'd like to list you, because you all kind of get to, well, I would say vote, but it's not that much of a democracy. You all get to observe. while we all vote, because it's our personal opinion. Now, if I recall, the first category is best film of 2012. All right?
Which is correct.
These are in the now, and if you have the notepad. So as I was saying, the films go such. I'd like to point out the shortlist will appear when voting opens. This is just the full set we have so far of categories, of nominees, and then the shortlist will come.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to put on a voice for this because it's a Regal Award ceremony, and as such, a special voice is required. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the nominees for the Hashtag Shout 2012 Film of the Year Awards. At first we have, drum roll please, John Carter.
John Carter is a film based on a comic book series where John Carter is transplanted to Mars. A Civil War vet discovers a lush planet inhabited by 12-foot-tall barbarians. Finding himself a prisoner of these creatures, he escapes only to encounter a princess who is in desperate need of a savior. The film stars Taylor Kitsch as John Carter and Lynn Collins of Dejo Torres. Probably mispronounced that, but what you gonna do? As well as Willem Dafoe, Samantha Morton, Thomas Hayden Church, and Mark Strong.
I feel obliged to comment. John made that film a lot better. 12-foot barbarian lass in a miniskirt.
I think it has one at one point. You can't sit under the skirt.
I'd be too tempted to get a skateboard and do it. Nominee number 2, drumroll please. 21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street is the big movie opening of the TV adaptation from the 80s. 21 Jump Street is about a pair of unachieving cops who are sent back to a local high school to blend in and bring down a synthetic drug ring. This stars Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, Brie Larson, and Dave Franco.
I did invite a friend of mine to go see this film with me. When he found out it was a cop film, he didn't want to go. So you know what? That's a bit of a cop out.
Oh
God, award ceremony. You gotta have bad jokes. You gotta have bad jokes at the award ceremony, man. Okay, at number 3, The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games is an adaptation of the well-known book. So did that.
Mark.
Book. It revolves around the story of Katniss Everdeen, who voluntarily takes her younger sister's place in the Hunger Games, a televised fight to the death, which teenagers from each of the 12 districts of Panem are chosen at random to compete. It stars Stanley Tucci, Wes Bentley, Jennifer Lawrence, Willow Shields, Liam Hemsworth, Elizabeth Banks, Josh Hutcherson, and many more.
Yes, this was one of the biggest film releases of the year. I know this because the lasses I'm friends with would not shut the hell up.
I haven't watched the film yet. Will be watching it before I vote. And I know it's a huge film because of Tumblr.
Do you know what? I'd like to point out, right, this is not Brian. I generally got told I was reminding them of a guy called Peter in that, who's the main character, male character. And I went...
Yeah, played by Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah, I was like, there is a big difference. Like, what?
Thanks, Brett.
I was like, firstly, he's a fighting Practicodonis. I'm a kind of Geordie kid who writes a little bit. At number 4, we have... Mirror, Mirror.
The Untold Adventures of Snow White. Snow White. An evil Queen.
An evil Queen. Harley.
I'll try again.
Of Harley Finn.
An evil queen steals control of a kingdom, and an exiled princess enlists the help of 7 resourceful rebels to win back her birthright.
Curse you, Louis Spence!
This is
Evil Queen.
Mirror, Mirror stars Julia Roberts as the said queen, and Lily Collins as Snow White. Armie Hammer, Nathan Lane, and many more could appear during the film.
I guarantee she's better than the other unnamed actress who played Snow White, commas, this year. At number 5, I forgot how to count. Goon!
Goon is the true life story of a hockey player, based around the story of a labeled and outcast by his brainy family, a bouncer who overcomes long odds to lead a team of underperforming misfits to semi-pro hockey glory, beating the crap of everything that stands in his way. Goon stars Sean William Scott, Jay Purcell, Alison Pill, and Lee Schreiber, as well as Eugene Levy.
Our next film. American Pie Reunion.
American Reunion is the first adaptation of the movie series American Pie to feature all of the original cast since American Pie 2. Jim, Michelle, Stifler, and their friends reunited in East Great Falls, Michigan for the high school reunion, and hilarity reviews. Jason Biggs, Alison Hannigan, Chris Klein, Thomas Ian Nichols, Tara Reid, Sean William Scott, Mina Saravi, Eddie K. Thomas, and John Cho all reunite for this film.
Indubitably. Well, and at number 6 we have Comic-Con, Episode 4, A Fan's Hope.
Comic-Con and Episode 4, A Fan's Hope is a behind-the-scenes look at the fans who gathered by the thousands each year in San Diego, California to attend the International Comic-Con, the world's largest comic book convention. Comic-Con stars Seth Rogen, Seth Green, Kevin Smith, Eli Roth, Stan Lee, Paul Scheer, Paul Dini, Scott Mans, and many more, all who contribute to this film and expose what happens at Comic-Con.
At number 7, we have indeed The Avengers.
Or as the UK fans got to call it, The Avengers Assemble. Nick Fury of S.H.I.E.L.D. brings together a team of superhumans to form the Avengers to help save the Earth from Loki and his army, as Marvel put together the ultimate group and stomp, as we find out whether their Marvel Phase 1 initiative, Avengers Initiative, pays off. The Avengers features Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Chris Evans as Captain America, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and of course, Tom Hiddleston as Loki with Clark Gregg as Agent Phil Coulson.
Okay. At number 9, we have Rock of Ages.
Rock of Ages is the big screen adaptation of the Broadway and West End
East End, West Side, same difference, man.
Of the Broadway musical of the same name. A small town girl and a city boy meet on the Sunset Strip while pursuing their Hollywood dreams. Rock of Ages stars Juliana Hope as Sherry Christine, Dakota Sage Grant as Little Girl on the Bus, Matthew Rush Sullivan as Random Guy, as well as Dago Pontina, Russell Brand, Alec Baldwin, and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
At number 10.
And of course, Kevin Nash, the professional wrestler, sings.
Can't call him a wrestler, really. Professional. I can't even call him professional. At number 10, we have Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
And Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is the big screen adaptation of a graphic novel by the same name. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, discovers vampires are planning to take over the United States. It makes it his mission to eliminate them. Abraham Lincoln stars Benjamin Walker as Abraham Lincoln, Donna Cooper, Anthony Mackie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Rufus Sewell, and many more.
At number 11, Brave.
Brave is the latest from Disney Pixar, as they show you what happens in Scotland when women fight back. Determined to make her own path in life, Princess Merida defines a custom that brings chaos to their kingdom. Granted one wish, Merida must rely on her bravery and her archery skills to undo a beastly curse. It stars the voices of Kelly MacDowd, Billy Connolly, Emma Thompson, Julia Roberts, Robbie Coltrane, Kevin McKidd, and of course, Craig Ferguson.
At number 12, I think. Okay, right, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I was right, number 12. It's a very... Seeking a friend for the end of the world!
Seeking a friend for the end of the world rolls on the story of an asteroid nearing Earth as a man finds himself alone after his wife leaves in a panic. He decides to take a road trip to reunite with his high school sweetheart, accompanying him a neighbor who inadvertently puts a wrench in his plan. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World stars Steve Carell and Keira Knightley, as well as many other faces.
At number 13, we have Ted!
Ted is the big screen debut for director Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy and American Dad, as he brings the story of a childhood wish for John Bennett's teddy bear Ted came to life and has been by John's side ever since. A friendship that's tested when Laurie, John's girlfriend of 4 years, wants more from their relationship. Ted stars Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, and Seth MacFarlane as the voice of said Ted.
Seth, you good. Okay, at number 14, The Amazing Spider-Man.
This Amazing Spider-Man is the reboot remake of the Spider-Man franchise from Sony. Peter Parker finds a clue that might help him understand why his parents disappeared when he was young. His path puts him on a collision course with Dr. Kirk Connors, his father's former partner. The Amazing Spider-Man stars Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Rhys Ifans, Darius Leary, and Martin Sheen, along with Sally Field.
At number 15, we have The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises revolves around the story of what happens after the Dark Knight. Dark Knight, 8 years on, and a new terrorist leader, Bane, overwhelms Gotham's finest, and the Dark Knight resurfaces to protect the city that had branded him an enemy. Dark Knight is as the final in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. We finally find out how it all ends. Dark Knight Rises stars Christian Bale, Gary Oldman, Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anne Hathaway, Marion Cotillard, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Caine, as well as many others.
We have the opportunity to either stop or let them win. So we are Gotham's reckoning.
Yes, we are.
At number 16, we have Killer Joe.
Killer Joe revolves around the story of what happens when a young man's life is in danger after a serious debt. He decides to put a hit out on his evil mother in order to collect the insurance. Killer Joe stars Matthew McConaughey, Emil Hirsch, Juno Temple, Thomas Hayden Church, Gina Gershon, Scott A. Martin, and many more.
At number 17, we have Total Recall.
Total Recall is the remake and reboot of the Total Recall film franchise from the 80s that starred Arnold Schwarzenegger. Total Recall this time is about a factory worker, Douglas Quaid, who begins to suspect that he is a spy after visiting Recall, a company that provides its clients with implanted fake memories of a life they would like to have led. And it all goes wrong, and he finds himself on the run. Total Recall stars Colin Farrell, Kate Beckinsale, Jessica Biel, Bryan Cranston, and many more.
Number 18, Dread 3D.
Dread 3D is the reboot and remake of the Dread film franchise that stars Sylvester Stallone. In a violent, futuristic city where the police have the authority to act as judge, jury, and executioner, a cop teams with a trainee to take down a gang that deals with the reality-altering drug, slow-mo. Dread 3D stars Carl Urban as the said Dread, Olivia Thirlby as Anderson, Lena Headey as Mama, and many more. And I promise you, at no point do anyone shout, "You betrayed the law!"
Which they should have done. At number 19, we have End of Watch.
End of Watch revolves around the story of two young officers who are marked for death after confiscating a small cache of money and firearms from the members of the notorious cartel during a routine traffic stop. End of Watch stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Pena, Natalie Martinez, Anna Kendrick, and many, many more.
At number, I think we're up to 20 now. At number 20, The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
The Perks of Being a Wallflower are the adaptation of the critically acclaimed novel by the same name. An introvert freshman is taken under the wings of two seniors who welcome him to the real world. The Perks of Being a Wallflower stars Logan Lerman, Johnny Simmons, Nina Trobrov, and Emma Watson, as well as Ezra Miller. Yeah.
Sorry, I heard her name. At number 21, Lupin.
Lupin is said to be this generation's Matrix, although this generation's Matrix would still be the Matrix. In the year 2074, when the mob wants to get rid of someone, the target is sent 30 years into the past, where a hired gun awaits. Someone like Joe, who one day learns the mob wants to close the loop by transporting back Joe's future self.
I have a question.
Hold on. Looper stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Joe and Bruce Willis as old Joe. Emily Blunt, Paul Dano, Noah Segan, Piper Berabo, and Jeff Daniels all co-star. Your question?
So to kill people, they send them in the past to kill their past selves?
No, to kill people, they send a hitman to the past to kill the person because then they wouldn't exist in the future.
Yeah, but that would create a paradox.
Well, yeah.
And the paradox could...
Dude, they explain it in the movie, right? Well, watch the movie and then we'll say, okay?
Sorry, out of all of us, I'm the only one that hasn't seen that film.
Well, I don't think Steve's seen it either.
Actually, Stephen has seen it. At number 22! I was looking for this film because it was going to look for me, find me, and kill me. That has a special set of skills. Indeed, it is Taken 2!
Taken 2 is the sequel to... It's the sequel to the much critically acclaimed Taken 1. Duh. In Istanbul, retired CIA operative Brian Mills and his wife were taken hostage by the father of a kidnapper. Mills killed while rescuing his daughter. Taken 2 stars Liam Neeson as Brian Mills, Maggie Grace, Famke Janssen, and many more.
At number 23, Fun Size.
Fun Size is the Halloween-themed comedy that revolves around the story of Ren. Ren's Halloween plans go awry when she's made to babysit her brother, who disappears into a sea of trick-or-treaters. With her best friend and 2 nerds at her side. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
She needs to find her brother before her mom finds out he's missing. Fun Size stars Chelsea Handler, the talentless cunt that she is, Jane Levy, Thomas Mann, and many, many more.
Yeah. And finally, at number 24, Skyfall.
Skyfall is the latest addition from the James Bond franchise. Bond's loyalty to M is tested as her past comes back to haunt her. As MI6 comes under attack, 007 must track down and destroy the threat, no matter how personal the cost. James Bond, starring as James Bond, is the returning Daniel Craig, and as Mem is once again Judi Dench, Javier Bardem, Rafe Fiennes, and Naomi Harris, along with Bernice Marholo, all debut in the series.
Okay, and that was now the next category is indeed for male actors. These male actors are ones who they have to have appeared at some point in a film in 2012. They are not allowed to say we can't exactly pick. Like my argument was I wanted to pick Morgan Freeman just for his work, and it was pointed out to me that the only film he'd really done a lot of work in was Dark Knight Rises, and he was in 2 scenes, and that's which I conceded.
So, the nominees for Best Actor. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who of course appeared as John Blake, I believe his proper name was, in The Dark Knight Rises. Tom Hardy.
For his work as Bane.
Yes. Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man.
Mark Ruffalo.
As the Gruffalo.
No, Mark Ruffalo was the Hulk, and in my
course.
opinion, redefined that role.
I knew that.
Daniel Craig.
As James Bond.
Yes. Javier Bardem.
As James Bond.
As the main villain in Bond. Okay.
As James Bond.
As Alfred.
Oh, I thought you said actual Kane. I was going, okay. What?
Okay.
Okay. As Alfred the Butler and as himself.
Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, as Loki.
And Andrew Garfield.
As the
amazing Spider-Man.
The okayish Spider-Man.
Okay. So there's the votes for that. There's the nominees for Best Actor.
We are now on to the Best Actresses of 2012. We begin at Scarlett Johansson.
For the Black Widow.
Dame Judi Dench.
For M.
Jennifer Lawrence.
For Katniss. For Hunger Games.
Keira Knightley.
for the character and her work in Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Mila Kunis.
For Ted.
Emma Stone.
For Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man.
And then Lena Headey.
For Mama in in Dread.
Indubitably.
And now we come to one of mine and Adam's favourite rounds of nominations and votes.
This was my favourite.
This is the best boobs of 2012.
Of course.
Scarlett Johansson.
Correct.
For boobs.
Yes, her work is boobs.
Christina Hendricks for her amazing red-headed boobs.
I believe those were critically acclaimed.
Yes.
There's very little argument.
Sofia Vergara for her amazing epic cleavage that she shows off every week in Modern Family.
And I basically, yeah.
For Caitlyn of the WWE Divas.
Indeed.
Thank you for having a beautiful, beautiful attire.
Hey, you want Stone Cold to come back? You don't need to. There's some stunners right there.
Exactly. For Kat Dennings and her awesome boobs of two broke girls.
Yes, those were just... My heart goes out. Well, it would go out, but it can't get through.
And for Emma Watson.
Yes.
You're not Hermione anymore.
No.
And now on to Best Arts of 2011.
And thank you for this great honour. We begin with...
2012, you mean?
Yes. Anne Hathaway.
For The Dark Knight Rises. Thank you so much.
Can we just...
For Motorcycles. Thank you.
And Sons of Anarchy as well, for that kind of motorbike, but Dark Knight Rises more so.
And of course, thank you, Christopher Nolan and the IMAX theatre.
You sirs are gods amongst
I'm okay. I'll hold it together. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
There you go, go! Go!
Next.
We have Scarlett Johansson. I'd like to find out before we go on. There is this weird thing with my logic. I can't fake cry because then I generally do stuff, right? Oh, Scarlett
Johansson for the Black Widow and that awfully tight suit that she wears.
We have oh right, Stephen.
Yeah.
Mila Kunis. He spelled it Melina.
Mila Kunis.
Of just.
She's the sexiest girl in the world, but I believe it's nominated for Ted.
Yeah. And of course, for WWE fame, Miss AJ Lee.
I dig crazy chicks.
I so dig crazy chicks.
Especially crazy chicks that wear short shorts. High five.
I'm gonna put the laptop down so I can properly high five.
Crazy chick high five.
After this, we have Miss Emma Stone.
Yeah, you wore a short skirt and high socks, and your ass is great.
And finally, again nominated, Miss Emma Watson.
She did a burlesque thing in that Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I know.
It was damn. People, all you deserve it. Yeah. We're going to find it very, very hard when it comes to finding out who won.
What up?
Well, and now for Best Comic Book. Batman.
Of the New 52 series.
Particularly for the death of the family.
Yes, death of the family.
The Flash, just because you've rewritten the character and made him so good.
Yes, the autograph on the plane thing gold.
Nightwing.
Because Nightwing is my boy! I have two boys, Nightwing and Deadpool.
The Avengers vs. X-Men for having some amazing fight scenes and for finally rounding out the House of M story. Wolverine X-Men for showing the lesser known younger mutants in a place of education once again. And Journey into a Mystery, because goddammit Kid Loki's hilarious.
Indeed.
And now, to present you with the best TV of 2012, I give you The Lone Walker 1.
Thank you very much. We begin with, of course, one of the greatest shows on earth. TV's How I Met Your Mother.
What up?
It's just, it's legend. Wait for it. Dairy! Hey, you know what all the people in this character have?
Yeah.
Do you know what they all have? Legend. Dairy, yes.
Alright, yeah, high five. Pun 5.
TV's The Big Bang Theory.
Awesome!
Indeed.
I love Penny.
Penny is the entire
And
reason.
I do Bernadette as well.
Not so much Amy.
No. Even when she's not dressed as Amy.
Unless it was a dark room.
Nah, I've been there, dude. Trust me.
And she had a bag over it.
Trust me, too.
Next we have, of course, the Sons of Anarchy.
Yes! Woo! My favourite new TV show.
We have The Walking Dead.
Which is pretty awesome for a bunch of zombies.
Yes. And finally, Breaking Bad.
Yes, Breaking Bad was an excellent show. And, you know, Malcolm's dad has never been more evil.
I know.
He makes meth.
Just awesome.
And that is the nominees and
all
the categories we have so far. More likely to become, because, you know, a nominee show has to have more than just that. We may even do, I don't know, best overall body.
Best overall body.
Cutest face.
Cutest face. That.
Yeah, they do cutest face. Yeah, I think.
Well, Emma's allowed to go back on that list, you see.
So is Emma Stone.
Yeah, so is Mila.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, Mila's not cute. She is smoking. She's got like a scare. Yeah, she's that sexy, that sexy look, you know. Natalie Portman.
Of course, this goes to all of the different media forms.
Oh. Penny. Katie
Perry.
Kuko. Yeah, Katie Kuko.
Katy Perry.
Mm.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yes.
Yes. Man. Oh.
We might put weirdest
Yeah.
crush.
Go for Smalls.
That's not weird.
No, I mean for the face and well, everything, to be honest.
Best overall chick.
Yeah.
Sexiest woman of 2012.
Oh, dude, no, we'll be here for ages, man. We won't get through 2012.
Alright. Sexiest movie chick. Sexiest TV chick.
Yes.
Sexiest
Yes.
singer.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
They're all the come. We'll have them nominees next week.
I don't think right. I think the problem with dating Taylor Swift would be, one, she's a whore.
She's saying.
Yeah, and two, I want to.
She's a whore.
Yeah. Although if I ever broke up with that, every other word I use would be the word orange.
Yeah, so she couldn't make a fucking song about it.
Yeah, orange, purple, and anti-disestablishmentarianism.
How the fuck would you do that?
I'm sorry, we need to separate, like, the state and myself. It's anti-disestablishmentarianism. And I think you'll find the colour of that is purple and orange. Orange and purple, orange and purple.
You made me go from being normal to being orange.
Yeah, but just look, orange and purple, I'm banging your friend. And then I'd leave.
I've banged you. I mean, you kept playing around with me so much that my balls were purple.
Yeah.
So now I'm banging you. Now I'm banging your best friend into anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yes. In the middle of next week, and of course next week is in
strike. So good luck. My name's not Mike, so have fun with that.
Strike. My name's not Mike. Bob. It's my job.
I hope that you die viciously and move on.
Yeah. With your scones. Then I'd leave. And then I'd walk out triumphantly.
So, of course, we are recording currently on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, yes, we are indeed.
But there's a major flaw with that.
We are English.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck. And even if we did celebrate a Thanksgiving, it'd probably be Canadian, because at least they're she's, Canadians. She's your queen too.
Yeah. So, here's a question. Out of 2012, what would we give thanks for most? If we're being honest.
The Avengers and the Dark Knight Rises. It's sad, but that's pretty much all I've got to give thanks for.
I think mine would be Deadpool. Because
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel, Deadpool. Now, if I could have a week in which I got Zoe Deschanel and more Deadpool, I'm pretty sure I could die a happy man.
Oh, you'd die a happy man.
I'd probably die halfway through. My freaking luck.
But what a way to go.
What? Yeah, what a way to...
Make sure you read Deadpool first, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be buried holding all of my Deadpool comics.
Alright, so, we got a bit of time to kill here.
We do indeed. We have.
So, I watched a show called Inside the Acting Studio. I quite enjoy it.
I enjoy that show too.
There you go. There's a quiz at the end of it.
Yeah.
The dude always says there's some sort of, like, some guy made it up first.
It's like, what is your favorite?
So, how about we do this one?
Okay.
TheLonewalker1.
Okay.
What is your favourite word?
Flubble.
What is your least favourite word?
Scratch. Hate that one.
What turns you on?
Do you want the list?
What turns you on creatively?
Oh, right. Three things mainly. The environment around me, tea, and the phenomenon known as ASMR. Audio sensory mediatory response.
Alright. What turns you on spiritually?
Since I don't follow any god, I tend to find more faith in humanity. So it's usually when I see someone generally being kind for being kind's sake, or just help someone out, or failing that, when I see something that generally makes me happy.
And what turns you on emotionally?
Oh God, seeing my friends upset, that is sad. Angry is usually when the family is my target, or my family's target. Sorry, and happy is when, you know, it's not when you like a gas. When you like a lass, sorry. It's when you first realise you like them.
Yeah.
That feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
What turns you off?
What turns me off in all senses?
In all senses.
Creatively, has to be creation.
Okay.
I hate writing when I know
What in general? What turns you off?
too much makeup.
There you go. What is
your?
your favourite curse word?
Oh, right.
And you're allowed to say it.
I'm not someone in the shower. Yeah, we have a shower next to our studio. Mine would probably be bugger. Actually, I do love the word bugger.
What sound of noise do you love?
Oh God. One of two, either the sound of whispering
Okay.
or the sound of. This sounds creepy, but the sound of lasses laughing. It always makes me laugh.
What sound of noise do you hate?
Anything that is vaguely dubstep related, or children, like 12-year-olds screaming on the bus.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I'd like to be a philosophy lecturer or an English teacher.
What profession do you not want to do at all?
Soldier. I would not do well.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Sorry for everything. I left this new guy in charge. He had no idea how to operate the machinery. Tell you what, he had all the good reason. He was a new guy, so let's just start again, you and me, eh? Okay. Thank you very much. Dan, my friend. Hello. In the actor studio, we now have Mr. Dan, the Geek King Adams. And Dan, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm great.
Dan is of business, YouTube, and comic fame. Dan, my friend, we're going to start with, firstly, what is your favourite word?
Favourite words? Boo.
What is your least favourite word?
Ooh, I actually don't know. I'm trying to think. How?
How?
Usually at the end of a sentence.
No,
No, I mean like how.
Oh, God. Question 3. What turns you on creatively?
Strong visual aid usually helps me.
And indeed spiritually.
The belief that I can be spiritual without having to be overbearing.
What? And such as emotionally.
I go weaker than needs a cute girl, a cute face.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a big lad, a small chick with, you know what it sounds like, you know those poses, those quote-unquote poses of the nerd girls?
Yeah.
A small chick had a Batman t-shirt on, a big, and glasses.
Yeah.
That just makes me, makes a little bit of me inside go, ooh, I like that.
Yeah. What turns you off?
Fake tan, Scouse accents, too much makeup, Cockney accents, from Birmingham accents.
There's nothing sexy about the Birmingham accent.
Just sound retarded.
Do you want to go to bed?
And preaching.
Preaching, yeah. What is your favourite curse word?
Fuck.
What sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of something sizzling in a pan.
Yes, like for example, some
steak or mince or something, like some steak, maybe some mince and onions that are sizzling, or steak or something like that,
or a spicy chicken dish that may or may not
be fajita.
Yeah. What sound or noise do you hate?
The sound of someone scraping against the freezer when there's too much ice on it.
Oh yeah.
That goes right through me.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Professional wrestler.
What profession would you not like to do?
Gravedigger.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
We've been expecting you. Your dad's in the bar, the match is on the screen, and beer's cold.
That's very well. Thank you very much.
So, peeps, we've done that. Please feel free to send in your own.
Question.
Send them in. Send them in. Well, I guess if I'm about to start it, I might as well continue with it.
Actually, I told you.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What is the oldest, like the highest age limit that you've ever liked above you?
Wasn't person I've known or people,
person you've genuinely
or in general.
Person you've genuinely known.
Because at some point I had a crush on Marilyn Monroe and she's been dead. Oldest person. It sounds really weird, but maybe like 4 months.
Currently, I've got the bar set at 2 years.
That's not bad.
This is a lot, right?
There's a 2 or 3 years. There's 2 years difference between me and Matt.
Yeah,
Your man and Dad.
Yes, well, that's during college this year.
Uh-huh.
Started year 12 with us, but she went to college before this one.
Yeah, so
she's 18 and she's in my year. I read her. I was like, got chatting to her, and then first we left class in psychology. And as I'm leaving, I turned to one of my friends and I go, I kind of like her. She's 18. Right.
What's that got to do with it?
I just do as carrying water. I went, Jesus Christ.
What's going to be wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
I don't even know. That was just
not wrong with that.
I know this is basically a session where I go down and just go, Dad, what? Explain.
It's not wrong with that, dude.
I know. Just
the only reason that I have not been attracted to people, I mean, I probably have been, but had probably like crush for or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because I've always been around people. I've always been around people my age. I had a crush on someone who was 2 years above me.
Yeah.
But at school, but I was 13, so.
Yeah. I also had to point out, not sure, I won't mention any names. Last week we talked about rackjacking.
Yeah.
Now, the male in this situation
prick
has proven himself to me.
Prick.
Because on the bus going home, now
he's proven himself to be a prick.
This guy I can't actually name because he's a friend of mine. He won't mind. My friend Johnny made a joke about the lass.
Yeah.
Within a minute, he took out his headphones and laid into it for 10 straight minutes.
Fair enough.
About everything that was wrong with exactly what he just said. And I was staring at him. And it took 2 minutes for me to just kind of go, what was said? Oh yeah, and then go into it. And he got off the bus and went, I'm sorry about everything. I looked at him and went, so am I, but at the same time, the way he just reacted there, I've got nothing to argue with. This guy looked at us like, so yeah, that issue is now resolved. Granted, still not exactly the nicest thing when I see those two together, but
I can imagine.
That issue is resolved. Apparently doing nothing helps.
You're still a prick.
Yes, you still indeed are. There's no bitterness, but you are.
You're a prick, and you're a nice girl.
She is.
You seem nice. You just got duped by a prick.
No. But but yes, now that is problem, and now that after the end of the show, me and Dan and Steve will probably talk about the situations I'm in now a lot more in detail. Not on the show though, because we will be here forever. I think.
What's this chick like?
What's she like?
Yeah.
Smart as hell.
Well.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah. Good at psychology, good at philosophy. So basically those are two things that she does right there. She likes English, but she doesn't do it. But yeah, she ends up just chilling with all my friends. She ended up chilling with me and all my friends at breaking lunch anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah, there was a moment today. It's one of these moments I generally
Have
get.
you actually talked to her about, or even made any flirt with her?
I was wanting today talking to her.
Not that you actually know how to flirt.
No, only when I am drunk and or being a pirate.
I don't recommend that with an chick, dude.
I'm not going to.
The drunk, yeah, but I do not encourage any underage people of drinking.
I don't either. I mean, don't get me wrong; it's funny as hell, but you don't regret it.
I don't regret anything I did when I was underage and drank. I regret a few things I did when I was overage and drank.
No, but it's one of these genuine, the genuine moments where you get to do something awesome and you don't go back. Oh, there she went. I'm really cold. I know jacket. I was like, can you come back for me for a second? Well, I just like, take my coat. I was like over. There you go. And she nicked my coat. First of the day, I had no long coat. I only had my suit.
And that, my friends, is not a bad thing.
That's it.
That's a good thing.
But indeed, and I only just noticed that socket down there's a bit faulty.
Dude, right? We're on the show recording you, then we'll bring up sockets.
Just saying, it looks wrong.
It's neither boobs or not. Leave it!
I've got to touch it, Dad.
Go ahead.
Ow!
I hope that hurt.
It did.
That's what you get for touching the shameless plugs. And after that really, really bad skit, and I apologise right now for it.
Nice segue. After that terrible skit by me, it was the only thing I could think to do. Well, not the only thing I think to do, but during the confines of the show.
I give you shameless plugs, says once again, we are about to bid you farewell.
You can follow Dan on Twitter at geek_king. That is G33K _KING.
You can follow Adam at TheLonewalker1 at TheLonewalker number 1.
Follow Dan for all your comic needs. Follow me for all the banal and mind-numbing anger and hatred.
Follow us on Tumblr
At TheLonewalker1.tumblr.com.
At geekking.tumblr.com.
You can, if you're watching the show on YouTube, well done, you chose correctly.
If you're watching us on Blip, that is an amazing magic. How did you do that?
We haven't offended Blip at all in this show.
You bunch of cunts.
You're terrible at video hosting.
Just relax, dude. Just relax.
On my back.
You can follow us you can follow the boss on Twitter and on Tumblr and DeviantArt, whatever else. It's always the same name, always the same address.
Steve Jones.
313. That's STEVEJONES. Number 1. Number 3.
Don't say it's PH. He will rape you.
That's Stefan. He won't actually rape you.
No, he will rip your soul.
He won't actually. He won't. He'll just chew you out for about 20 minutes.
Also, going on this, you can follow our artist, Rius Cannon, or Cannonball at cannonball.deviantart.com.
That's CANNON
BAWL.deviantart.com.
We will be back the same.
Oh, Facebook! Yes!
Yeah, you can apparently we have a Facebook account. Nobody actually ever does anything on it.
That's because no one follows us, bar the people who are loyal fans to the show.
So, but you can like us on Facebook.
You can.
At facebook.com/.
Show. You can buy our merchandise once we've designed it.
And uploaded it.
Yeah. Until then, though, this has been episode 35.
We will be back next week.
With the... Is it the final episode of the series next week?
No, a couple of weeks.
No, next week, providing Stephen is alive, will hopefully be the quiz.
It will, but we have a couple of weeks to go from then.
Indeed.
So, in the style of the two Ronnies, let's see what give us a go.
Yeah.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Worked all right.
No, you did.
But I'll try this one.
Okay.
You can see us next week on #Shout. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel. Goodbye, everyone.
Dan, once again, the name of our show is #Shout.